He merely satisfies himself on them.
But they get torn to pieces.
This is the last picture I made in LA before I split. By that point, the parts were getting embarrassing. My girl had dumped me. I was sick of my crappy apartment. Riots were tearing up the city. People told me the hippies up north were keeping peaceful and groovy. I could find a cool chick to hit me to the scene. So off I went. I sold my car. People said I wouldn't need one in San Francisco, and I hopped a bus. I got there not a moment too soon. I got a room in Chinatown and started checking out the scene. Old-fashioned good times. That was kind of familiar from my scene in LA. But then there was the Haight-Ashbury, which is where I was really headed. Also, I climbed the famous Twin Peaks to check out the views. Saw some wild stuff that reminded me of the lives my folks lived. But it was always the hippies who caught my eye. And the more I saw, the more I wanted in. I grew my hair even longer than it was, got some beads, a big hat with a feather, and I was ready to roll. Hung out on the streets, smoked a lot of dope, and eventually I found a chick. She didn't want to live with me yet, she said, so I spent a lot of time in my room. Listened to the radio a lot.
Jefferson Airplane.
She and I got together and ate spaghetti and stuff like that, and she took me on an acid trip once. Well, the bright colors were groovy for a while, but you've seen one kaleidoscope, you've seen them all. I think she was pissed at me for not being a true cosmic hippie, but I am what I am, right? I tried to make it up to her, took her to the pictures. Really square, Steve McQueen, she said, can't you do better than that? And what's all this wherever my heart leads me I must go stuff? You planning to leave me? Well, babe, you never know, is all I could say. Speaking of the pictures, the only work I could get was real small parts. I'm back in the deep background.
Very nice.
I got called back to LA once for a picture.
Matt Farrell, soldier of fortune.
It was just one more loser, so I still had a lot of time on my hands. Thought it would be hip to be a musician. So I borrowed some money from my girl and bought a crappy set of drums, tried to teach myself. I thought I was not great but okay, but nobody agreed with me. What did I end up doing? Supporting what San Francisco was best at, and still is. Rock and roll, forever. They couldn't do any of this without us. I should go for broke and be one of them, a star.